Thursday, March 15th. It's still fairly early spring here in Italy, and Leslie and I spent most of the day working, most of the past few days working in this vineyard at the farm, which is probably between 1 and 2 acres, I would say. I'm not that great at estimating the size, but what we've been doing the past few days is cutting the bamboo to provide supports for some of the newer vines that they're training to replace older vines. And this is an organic farm, and they're trying to get away from using these plastic ties to tie their vines, and they're moving towards these organic, well, these are like willow branches, we think. They're trying to explain what kind of tree it is, but it looks like willow. And when cut in the early spring, they're really pliable and kind of just similar to plastic. So they're using them to tie the vines to the to their 2-wire system, and also use the bamboo to tie up the new vines that may replace these older vines if they don't make it through next winter. So it's working out fairly well, and it's kind of neat that this early in the spring the willow is of the right, it's bendable enough at the same exact time that they're needed for pruning and training the vines, so it works out really nice. And we also, yesterday, Antonella had a crew of guys here to put the plastic on the greenhouse, and I think I don't know if we're going to be planting that this spring or if it's for this coming winter, but looks really nice. It took them 2 or 3 hours to finish that. But I think the vineyards are done for the year until the fall, when we'll be doing the grape harvest, which unfortunately we won't be here for, but it was interesting to see how all the pruning and training is done. These are the grapevines that are being started for possibly next year, to fill in holes where being interrupted by this cat. But these are to fill in holes of vines that had died for some reason over the winter in the vineyard. So you can do this actually in the vineyard, they are telling us, but it's easier to keep them all in one place because they need to be watered so often. And they're just keeping I think there's like 2 or 3 eyes beneath the soil and at least 2 above the soil, and they need to be watered once or maybe twice a day if it's really hot. But these are future vines for the vineyard. This is one of the cats here at Spinose.